Hello, and welcome to another ongoing episode and series of Top BDs and Conversations. I'm Jeff Crosby, founder and CEO of 3X Equity, and we welcome all of you back. As you might know, we're the authority on advisors in transitions. So today, I'm excited to sit down with the first time ever with Becca Hajjar from Commonwealth. So she's been there a long time, and I'm going to allow her to share more with you, her depth of experience. She's been there 22 years, and this webinar, this episode is just a larger part of series that we produce over the years with other top BDs across the country. And we've been trying to get Commonwealth to do this for a while, and they finally agreed. So we're here to educate you on what Becca might tell you is maybe one of the best kept secrets in the industry in the value proposition with Commonwealth. So as I mentioned, she's been with Commonwealth 22 years, and I'm going to hand it over to Becca right now to introduce her and have her just share a little bit with you about her experience at Commonwealth, and then I'm going to hit her with some good questions so that we all learn a lot more about Commonwealth and their unique spot in this industry. So Becca, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the time and the opportunity and the intro. So yes, I have been here a long time, which is not abnormal at Commonwealth. There's a lot of us who have been here a long time. And I started here in June of 2000 as a transition coordinator and was fortunate to work my way up all the way up to being a managing principal and chief business development officer here. I started on the recruiting side in about 2007. And oversaw field development and transition for a long time. And now I'm solely focused on field development or business development as the industry calls it, and really making sure that we continue to bring in wonderful advisors to Commonwealth and really extend an invitation to join our community, because it really is a special place. And that's exactly why a lot of us have stayed for a long time.
Outstanding. So just so the advisors, and so Commonwealth is a private company. So kind of like, what's the org chart at Commonwealth? Like, who do you report to? Who does that person report to? Kind of like the chain of command at Commonwealth.
Yeah, so great question. So actually, Joe Deitch is our founder and chairman. He started the firm back in '79. And now there are a total of roughly 15 partners. And then we have another 16 or so senior vice presidents that make up the senior leadership team. And collectively and together, we work to steer Commonwealth forward. I am fortunate that I report to Wayne Bloom. He's our CEO and has been here more than 30 years, closer to 35. Well,
so before I ask you a question, just a comment about that. For the advisors out there, that's pretty significant in that in a private company like that, when someone's been there that long. So there must be, we'll get to it, but a real community, a real loyalty within Commonwealth. And I think that, in my view, that's one of the real values of a private company, that you oftentimes find loyalty like that, senior leaders in their role for many years. So a question I'm going to have for you is that kind of the best one, the unique one. Why Commonwealth? Why is Commonwealth unique and different over its peers? And so just to warn you, with other webinars like this and podcasts, we might hear someone say, well, we've got better technology. Well, there's a lot of people that say they got better technology than others.
Sure.
In our industry, as a financial advisor in our industry, a wholesaler might come in and say, well, we've got this great large cap fund and we do this. It kind of all sounds the same. So how can you distinguish the difference between Commonwealth and some of the other top independent broker dealers out there?
Sure. So I would start with, first and foremost, while everyone sees us as a broker dealer, we really see ourselves as a large national RIA, because roughly 80% of our revenue is from advisory business and planning business. We have roughly 2,100 active producing advisors, and we have roughly 1,000 home office staff to support them. And that just really demonstrates our deep bench, right? From every area, whether it's support in technology, where they can call into our help desk, and there's roughly 90 to 100 people on that help desk helping them, or they're calling into our service center, or they're calling into one of the experts in advanced planning or research or practice management to help them with their business.
So I didn't do that well in junior high math and high school math, but it seems like you have like almost one support staff person to 2 advisors. Is that?
And some of those people are not in advisor facing roles, right? We're running Commonwealth on a daily basis, so that's a fair question. But if you look at our average revenue per advisor and average assets per advisor, it's, pretty much the highest in the industry. And so maybe it helps to talk a little bit about who we're looking for and who's a great fit for Commonwealth. So first and foremost, our criteria hasn't changed from day one. So when Joe started the firm, he based it on 2 principles, quality and community. And quality, it's the quality of everything that we do, the work that we put in every day to support our advisors in their endeavors. And I say all the time that we empower advisors to build the practice and the life that they want. And that's different for everyone. But we need to have the infrastructure and the business solutions in place to drive that growth forward if that's what they're looking for. And typically advisors who are coming to us are looking for that. And so we're looking for good, nice people who have a clean book of business, who do right by their client, have that financial planning and advisory approach, and really want to come to Commonwealth to leverage our tools and resources and our people, because our people are our greatest resource, to then grow their business. And it's exactly what we've seen over time. And that's the exciting part for me, because I've been here so long. I have seen advisors come in maybe even around our minimum asset requirement, and now they're at the top of all of our advisors, and they're in that group because they have come here and leveraged us. So it's multiple things. It's not just technology, right? It's the resources we're providing. It's the practice management programs that we have in place to help them as business owners to become a better business owner. Because in some cases,
so let's spin that out. So it sounds like if I'm just wanting to coast, I kind of won the lottery. I got in this business, won the lottery, and that meaning it's easy as an advisor. You make all this recurring money. If I don't really want to grow, and it doesn't sound like Commonwealth is probably the right fit for me. So Commonwealth is looking for advisors that want to grow. So like, how would you, if that's true, so how do you specifically help an advisor grow? Give us an example.
So yeah, and let me just step back for a minute. So it doesn't mean that an advisor can come here and have a lifestyle practice. They absolutely can. And we have a lot of advisors that have come and have a lifestyle practice. And what's great about that is they have gained efficiencies to get time back in their day. But what I've also noticed over the years, it also depends upon the stage of life the advisor is in. So many times someone will come in and, they have young kids, and they want to make sure that they're getting time to coach or spend time with their family, whatever it may be. And so they're growing, but then when their kids go off to college, they go in growth mode. And they are really looking to build their practice even more at that point, because they know at some point they're going to be selling their practice and they want to continue to build it. And then as they get to the back end of their career, they do start to pull back, which everyone has the right to do. And someday we'll all do that too, right? And so I think it's helping advisors grow at the rate that they want to through different stages of their life and career.
So I've been in this industry for almost 30 years now. You actually shared a concept with me that I never have actually heard. You call it lifestyle practice. If an advisor just wants to come in and have a lifestyle practice, that's something that you support. It's hard to do that if you're in a publicly traded broker dealer, because they're answering to the shareholders constantly, and they got to grow. So for those advisors out there that don't want that pressure, because in a publicly traded BD, if you're not growing your book, the economics are changing for you. They're either lowering your payout, they're increasing the fees, or whatever. So that's something I think unique that it sounds like, Becca, that of Commonwealth in a private company that you are, that an advisor could be a lifestyle advisor, and then you support them accordingly. So
we do, and I would say that the majority of our advisors are in that growth mode and looking for a partner to help them do that, where we have some lifestyle practices, but that's not the majority of who we're working with.
So Becca, of different firms out there, broker dealers, there's publicly traded firms. They have to answer to shareholders. That the shareholders are really their clients, not the advisors. So Commonwealth is a privately held company, which has a different way of doing business than a publicly traded company. So maybe you can talk about what are some of the benefits that you see for the advisor or Commonwealth being a private company, how to support the advisors in the field.
That's a great question, because we've actually had a lot of advisors come over to us who had gone from a private company to then becoming a public company, and that just wasn't the right fit for them anymore, because it does become about the shareholders and the stock price. And so we're just different. We've been able to maintain our private status and plan to for the future.
So we can't go out and do seminars right now. We can, but people come with masks because they don't come. So seminar marketing's not nearly as efficient today as it was 3 years. So if an advisor wants to grow, how would your local management or whatever help that advisor grow who comes to Commonwealth?
There's a couple of different ways that we can help advisors with their growth. I would say it's a combination of probably working with our practice management consultants in deciding with your client base what works for you. The majority of our advisors are growing based on referral, because they're creating such a great experience for their clients that then, they have a client appreciation event, they have them bring a friend and so forth. But then we also have our full marketing team and our brand studio team that's focused on advisor marketing to really support the advisors, in their growth plans. So for instance, many advisors love to leverage social media, and we provide, if they want to use them, not required, but we provide different material that they can post, whether it's to LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook business page, or even Instagram, to promote their business and what they can do for clients, as an example. And I would say the other way that we help them with growth is on the marketing side, is we have the ability to help them build out their brand. So our brand studio and our marketing support will work with them to evolve their brand. They might have had a website for 10 years and it's time for a refresh. So how do they, get it to the next level so that it's now reachable to more people and their message is getting out there, and maybe they're creating videos and so forth.
So on that, how much does Commonwealth want to brand the advisor versus brand Commonwealth?
We want to brand the advisor every single time. It's their brand, right? No one comes to an independent firm to either be told what to do or to say you're under our name. So our preference is that we help them build their brand. That to us is extremely important.
What advice can you offer, for a wirehouse type of advisor versus independent? So kind of talk to us about that.
Sure. So, every time we talk to an advisor that's with a wirehouse, there is a fear of making the leap to independence. They're frustrated, but they're not sure that we're going to catch them on the other side. And so one of the things that I think is extremely helpful is to first talk to the advisor about what they're looking for. Do they have that entrepreneurial spirit? Do they want to become a business owner? And if they want to become a business owner, then we can support them in that. So breakaways with an entrepreneurial spirit. And in some cases, they might have had a small business before they even went to become an advisor in the wirehouse world. But we have advisor solutions through our business consulting services that help them get real estate, set up their LLC or S Corp or C Corp, whatever they decide that's best with their attorney. As I mentioned, we have the brand studio support, and we can also help them build their brand from naming to building out the website to everything from start to finish there, as well as, the CFO, right? The outsourced CFO. So all of these outsourced options for them can help them put that business together, and we can guide them through that process as we're using that, even getting health insurance. Now, there are also advisors in the wirehouse world that want to come to independence, but really do not want to be the business owner. And that's totally fine. We have options for those advisors as well, because we have so many firms set up across the country that are looking to grow their business by adding other advisors to their practice, whether they're looking for another partner of their firm, or they're just looking to bring someone in to just even be siloed businesses, but really have that time together. And to be able to share ideas back and forth. We have options across the country. I will tell you that I feel like the the number one question I get from our advisors is, do you know anyone in my area that's looking to join a practice? And so we have a lot of different options available. And those are very turnkey solutions. When they join an existing practice, it takes a little bit of stress off of their plate of how do I get the business set up? And then also the team that is part of that office will help them transition along with our transition team. So they have even additional support than we already provide.
Okay, so kind of a mean question, but the advisors want to know, if someone comes independent, what's the payout type range? What's the payout range for an advisor coming in?
Yeah, so it all depends on their book of business, and we have a grid that everyone is on the same grid. So depending upon their business, it could be anywhere from 87 as high as 99, and so there is really a wide range on the payout. Yeah, typically, I would say the average advisor at Commonwealth probably has around 125 million. And that payout on our fee-based side is, if they're over 100 million, is a 95% payout. And then if they're also have commission-based business, they're probably around that, 900,000 in production, which is also roughly the average. And that's going to be an 89 on the commission-based side. So.
Okay, and then some independent broker dealers like have a flat fee for like admin fee on assets over X. Other broker dealers kind of have complicated grids and fees and all of that. How does Commonwealth structure their admin type fee?
Yeah, so we try not to keep it complicated, but at the same token, as advisors grow their business, we share those economies of scale with them. So as those assets go up on the advisory side, the payout goes up and the admin fee comes down.
Okay, good. So that makes sense. Becca, to kind of put you on the spot for a minute, I hear from a lot of broker dealers, independent broker dealers, we help their advisors grow. And I know we touched on it a little bit, but can you get more specific? What is the experience? How does Commonwealth really help an advisor grow? What is unique in that regard with Commonwealth?
Well, thanks for putting me on the spot, Jeff.
Yep.
So I would say we do it in many different ways, but I'll give you just two quick examples that I really think can make a difference in someone's practice. The first is the efficiencies that we give not only to the advisor, but to their staff. Because if we're making their lives easier and giving them more time back in their day, which we refer to us being as time merchants, then they are going to be able to have more time in front of the client. We partnered with Cerulli in 2021, get my years right, still the COVID years, right? But in 2021 on a study to see, where our advisors are spending their time. And we found that our advisors get 58% more time in front of their clients than their peers at a wirehouse firm. They get 28% more time back on compliance and 22% more time back by working with our research team and so forth. Those are real numbers. And I would say their staff gets time back by things like our master services agreement, our MSA, which really allows them to open up multiple accounts with that one master services agreement. And so that they're not having to go back to the client with, if it's 6 accounts, they don't have to go back with 6 account applications. So it's those small things like that, or even with our reporting, that they can go in and run what we call a one-click review. So you have your meeting set up for the week, you have 5 reviews, your staff can go in and see right on the homepage of our website, the 5 reviews that are coming up. And if there's a specific one-click review that you've created for your reviews, there could be 6 reports in that. You click a button, it runs all of those at one time and you're ready for the week. So it's things like that that take the manual process out and make it more automated, that really give them time back in their day. On the flip side of that, I would add that another way that's actually fairly new, we launched it earlier this year, is our entrepreneurial capital program. And what we've done there, while we've always given advisors loans to be able to buy another book of business, we have now formed a more formalized program called Entrepreneurial Capital, where we're still doing loans for advisors to buy a practice, but then we also have the ability to take a minority stake in their practice if they're looking for some liquidity or they're looking to expand their business more. And we can partner with them. And we're not doing this to make money, right? We're doing it to invest in their business and really be a partner to them as they grow.
So I'm going to give a plug to 3X Equity if you don't mind. 3X Equity has a certified valuation, so an advisor can go out and get actually a loan, an SBA loan. So if 3X Equity can help your advisors internally or advisors in the industry, period, we're kind of the best kept secret on that, and the evaluation that we can turn around quickly, customize all of that. So someone meets with Commonwealth, they like the model, they like the culture, they like what Commonwealth has built over the years in quality and community is kind of your theme, your brand. So, but it's scary to leave a broker dealer. It's scary to leave my firm to go to Commonwealth or someone else. But yeah. So talk about that transition. How does Commonwealth support an advisor in transition?
Yeah, it's it's really interesting because through the years I've seen fear get in the way of advisors, and I've talked to them and they put the brakes on because of their fear of making the move, and then they come back 2 years later or 3 years later, they finally make the leap, and then they say, "Wow, like what was I thinking? Why was I so afraid?" Because the reality is that if you have a great relationship with your clients, they're gonna follow you. They work with you. And I think that's important. So that's the first piece is getting over the fear of the transition. The second part is really making sure that the firm you go to, and obviously I'm biased, but that we have a great transition team in place to help you through that move. So for instance, we will provide 2 primary contacts throughout the transition from the day they're saying they're joining all the way to 3 months 3 months after they're on board. And through that process, we put together customized timelines. We do weekly meetings and training to make sure that they're on track. We work with them in the marketing team to make sure their stationery and business cards are ready to go. Their website is ready to go. All of that for day one. That is the part of the process, right? But then it's also the training and making sure that we're getting them up to speed. And while they might have 2 primary contacts, there's more than 30 people around the firm that are also helping to support their transition and help them with technology and getting computers and so forth ready for the day that they join so that they're up and running and ready to go. And one of the, I would say, latest enhancements and offerings that we have is specifically for advisors that are breaking away. And I'm very proud to say that it's now award-winning, but we have virtual transition support to help advisors with their move and helping them once the client they've come on board and the client has said, "Hey, I want to come with you," then we can actually help them prepare that paperwork and get it out to the clients. And that has been a huge success.
Okay. So sounds pretty specific, pretty detailed in that transition. So Commonwealth, from my understanding, has had a record year in recruiting, and from at least what your team has told me. And you've been at Commonwealth 22 years. So how do you know Commonwealth is better than somebody else? If you haven't been somewhere else, so how do you why do you stay? How do you know Commonwealth as a culture and community is different, as good or better than the alternatives out there? I know it's a hard question.
Obviously I'm biased. I've been here a long time and I plan to retire from here. So there's no prying me away, so to speak. But the reality is I talk to advisors all the time that are coming from another environment and another firm. And every time if I'm talking to them, right, they're leaving an environment that they're not happy. And so I have never heard anything that would compel me to want to go somewhere else. And also my values and my morals have aligned with Commonwealth from the first day I walked in the door. We're really a firm that's built on doing the right thing and helping to support our advisors in an indispensable fashion, because we absolutely know they have a choice of who they want to be with. Every single day, we need to be so good that they choose us. And I think that attitude makes a big difference. And so that has always aligned really well for me.
And to you, Becca, and actually to the audience out there listening, at 3X Equity, we get inbound advisors that come to our site independently, anonymously, looking to leave their broker dealer to go to somewhere else. And I can tell you, and we get a lot of advisors coming to our site because we're able to share with them the value proposition of many broker dealers, the different offers and whatnot. We've never had a Commonwealth advisor come out to our site looking to leave their broker dealer at Commonwealth to go somewhere else. So that's big. That says a lot about your firm, that at least in our database of advisors, we've never had one of yours. So congratulations to you for that, for sure.
Thank
So
you.
tell us, are there any misconceptions about Commonwealth or myths that you would want the audience to know about Commonwealth?
So I think, well, you mentioned it in the opening, right? We've heard that we're the best kept secret in the industry. And I would say that, if someone's open to a conversation, we would welcome it, because we really are just looking for great advisors. And there are, like I said, there are times where you talk to someone and they see our average assets and our average production per advisor, and they think that's our minimum, and that's not the case. And so I think it's really important at least to reach out and have a conversation with us and see if we might be a good partner for you going forward.
Okay, outstanding. Best kept secret in the industry. So to the advisors out there, choice is good. In the surveys that we've done with advisors that like to, at least who've had the most success, have had 3 offers from different firms or broker dealers out there. So if Commonwealth isn't one of your offers, I'd encourage you to definitely consider Commonwealth as one of your considerations if you want to go independent. In closing, are there any other things that you would want the advisors to know, Becca, that would be helpful, and why they would consider Commonwealth going forward?
That's a great question. So I think that one of the things that is an intangible at Commonwealth is truly the community. And not only can it help you, feel good because you're going to make friends, not only with the home office, but your peers, but it's also how that community actually helps you grow your business, right? Our advisors are so happy to share what's working and what's not working with each other. Everyone has the mindset of there's enough business to go around. And I think because of that, it really propels people and gets them excited. We've had advisors come over who were ready to retire, and they came to Commonwealth and they got a renewed interest in the business. And I believe 10 years later, they still haven't retired just yet. And so I think that really makes a difference. If you're in an environment where you not only feel supported, but empowered, then you're going to thrive.
Outstanding. So in summary, it sounds like Commonwealth is about quality and community. If you want to grow, Commonwealth has tools, resources to help that advisors grow. If an advisor doesn't want to grow, but want to maintain their practice, which you call lifestyle practice, you support that as well. And, for those advisors that resonates with, what you can do is reach out to us at 3X Equity. Becca, we appreciate your insights into Commonwealth. I'm glad that we could finally get together. So come out to 3X Equity /QS and we'll help you. And if you want to know more information about Commonwealth, reach out to us and we will put you in touch with someone on Becca's team to do a deep dive and learn more about Commonwealth and why perhaps it should be a consideration for you in transitioning from your firm to another. So Becca, I feel like I met a new good working professional in the industry. So thank you for your passion, your professionalism, and anytime someone stays at a business for as long as you have, that there's a lot of quality within that firm. So congratulations to you and your peers and what you guys do at Commonwealth. So you do have a great reputation out there. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.